Okay, I want to start to introduce Professor Wang, who is currently teaching at NYU, and she used to teach at Harvard, Northwestern, McGill, and the place I met her is at Harvard China Forum, where I was the speaker, and she is in the audience, and then we chat briefly, and now she is the speaker. So one thing very special about her is we are all very passionate about curriculum design, teaching, and each of her class, she invite like a IPO company leader to share a business case. So why do you think that's very important for your student to bring all these amazing business leaders?
Because a lot of my students, I like the ones here, right? All the students would eventually join the workforce, right? To either start their own company or join a workplace. So I feel like it's very important that they can bridge what we learn in classroom with what are required in the real life. So I bring them this, entrepreneurs, these business leaders who share their insights, right? What they found that are useful, and how they get from a student, right? When they were a student, what it takes them to get where they are now. Because those stories are inspirational for them, for my students to see the possibility. Number one is. Number two is also to see what is required to be successful.
So out of all these bosses you invited to the classroom, is there any one story you find very impressive, or it's like something you really want to share with the audience?
Okay, there are many like sweet little stories. So everyone is unique, and they have there's so many good stories. So I'll share a touchy story. It's actually I don't know if you know Fantuan. It's the Canadian multinational company. The founder is Randy Wu. He found Fantuan in Canada.
It's the food delivery.
Yeah,
right?
Now it's it used to be a food delivery platform. Now it's a lifestyle platform. They've been growing.
Lifestyle platform.
So they've been growing exponentially in the past few years. I think they're gonna IPO probably very soon. So, so what he shared is when he came from Hunan in a small village.
Oh, my hometown.
Oh,
yeah, also my hometown.
Oh,
really?
Next time you
yeah.
should. So he said it took him 20 hours to travel to a rural place in Canada, where he will be a study abroad student, right, international student. So he decided, in order to immerse himself in the language and culture, he decided to do homestay. So he stayed in a Canadian, he has Canadian parents who will host him. After 20 hours traveling, he arrived, and his Canadian parents were so nice to him. And because even before he arrived, they asked him, "Oh, where are you from?" "Okay, Hunan." "What?" Then so they did a little research to say, "Okay, what Hunan people like?" So what do people like? You will probably guess chili, right?
Yeah.
It's a spicy food.
Yes.
Spicy.
He said, okay, and they also like rice, not flour, not bread.
Yeah.
So so when he arrived and he was very hungry, he was so tired, they say, "The dinner is ready." So they brought him to the table, the dining table, and he saw a bowl of rice and a plate with two chilies.
Two peppers?
Yeah, two chilies. Yeah.
Okay.
One red and one green, and they also put an egg. So,
he likes, right?
He likes it, but it also, you sort of feel like after 20 hours you were thinking more authentic Chinese. He was moved, but he also felt like, there's so much work to be done, right? To help, there's so many overseas Chinese, right? That moment, he's like, I'm very appreciative of my Canadian parents are making the effort. I'm also stunned how little they know about China. And I'm also very sympathetic about all my fellow overseas Chinese. What a tough life to be abroad. And he was like crying a little bit. He said, yeah, I like it. So he thought, and his parents thought, he was touched. For the next few days, every day, he was served.
The same thing?
The same thing.
Wow. Simple Chinese food.
Yeah, and then, after, even before he graduated, he started to Fantuan. That's how it starts. So
That's
it's
how he started his business,
Right.
entrepreneurship.
right. So he want to make every Chinese to feel home, to bring authentic food to their doorstep.
Oh, that's where the idea come from.
Yes.
Okay, that's actually a very touching story.
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
Everybody here, or I say students here, they have their own story, so they can have many concepts or ideas to start their own business.
Exactly.
That's-
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the main reason or motivation to start their own business here.
Right. So one is motivation, right? One is also the need. Because to establish a successful business is to satisfy a real need. When you are, for us, for a lot of students who actually been traveling from borders, right, from China or from any part of the world, like many of our audience are, so you actually see different things, right? You experience pains when you actually travel across the border. You see pains that other people wouldn't feel otherwise. So that's a lot. So Fantuan is another. So another one is Yami. I believe
I know,
a lot of you
like
are.
Xian, Mingshi.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of you are probably his customers too, right? So and another one would be there's a hotel. No, they're United Families.
Oh, okay.
So it's founded by an American who traveled to China.
Wow.
Right, the first and also the largest private hospital in China. So the same story. So she went to China, and then she found out, God, I just have to line up for so long to be seen, and I was so sick. And it's like I want to, I feel like the Chinese can and should enjoy a better service. So he brought this private American business model to China.
China. So it's like a fast food here.
Yeah. So there's like a private hospital. It's really
In the similar concept, but better service, or easier for the people to use.
Yeah.
So basically, from all these cases, we can tell, like, if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you really need to first identify like an issue, a problem, a need, and then try to find the best way to solve that problem. And also with a very strong motivation.
Yes.
Right? That's where all these touching stories come from.
Right.
And I feel very personally honored because I will be joining her class as well. Become part of the class. So I'm very excited.
Me too.
Yeah, and so your class is interdisciplinary. Can you explain a little bit to the audience, like what's the class focus on and why do you want to bring different major together?
So I have created 2 new courses. One is called Cultural Insights of Business Communication. One is called Cultural Insights of Cross-Border Business. So there are sister courses. One is focused on communication. One is focused on business strategy. Both are focused on US and China. The reason I created because I found there's so much need and no one was doing it as far as I know.
Yes.
So I thought, I want to do it, I can do it. So I put myself to work in the past 6 years, studying, researching, and then finally launched
It's
it.
really amazing.
That's really amazing.
It's a lot of work.
Really what the people here need. What they want to know, the difference between China and American culture, and you can build a bridge between that two different culture.
Yeah. I really think it's personally important to me. I raised my kid here. I think everyone deserves and really want a better future, more collaborative environment, and also,
I do feel like intercultural communication skill is so important because every culture has a very specific way to do business, especially. So I used to be an interpreter for a little bit after graduate. So when I go to a business, like a Japanese business meeting, actually there will be one person, like that meeting, there's one person sitting in the corner, won't talk, very quiet, but that person is the decision maker. So as an interpreter, my job is actually not translating that much. It's more like read the room because the people speak English, actually. So I think sometimes people don't quite understand, and that's creating an issue. And her class is actually solving the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. And from all the students you see, right? How do you feel like teaching the students right now?
I love them. I really, I sincerely admire the students, the young generation. I think they are very knowledgeable, to be honest. They know so much. So I constantly have to learn all the time to keep up because they really know so much. And then they're also very capable.
You will find ways to resolve their problems.
Yeah, because I need to bring value, right? As a teacher, so to help them, right, to be better. But they're really good. They're not very knowledgeable, and they're also very capable. They're big dreamers. A lot of young people really have big dreams, and I admire them. So those are the things, and also they're very open-minded in general. I found out this generation are much more open-minded than the previous
much
generation.
more open-minded and much more ambitious, you can say, than us.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel with my students. They're so smart. That's why I constantly going back to school to get a degree. So it's like, oh, I need to catch up. So right now, like you see in the business, like you see what are some of the challenges when you teach or when you like talk with all these business owners?
Business, I guess it's hard to generalize. I guess I think each of them have probably, because of the stage of their company, they sort of experience different things. I think so. Generally, maybe talents and how to face AI is in the back of mind of many people nowadays. But I think it really depends where they are.
What about AI in the classroom, right? What about AI in the classroom?
It's the elephant in the room.
What about
love
AI?
and hate.
Yeah, what about AI will impact our current life and jobs?
Yeah, it's a great question because as an educator, for example, I have to attend a lot of workshops. This is where we are the same. We are the same starting point with our students, right? Teachers, educators are the same. Know as much as our young students, but our students probably even are faster at learning that. So this is a scary part, right? And then that's one thing, right? Another thing is the job workforce, the requirement will change. So how do we prepare our students for a successful professional life? That's another thing. So as other speaker already talked about it, AI is here to stay. And so it's more be open-minded and try to learn as much as we can and try to think, why are we here? What the value of each of us can bring to the table, right? So everyone has their own strengths, their passion, and where you think you can bring the most value. That's where I'm thinking. But I'm open to learn.
So for me, because I also teach a class in college, and I would tell my students I will use AI check, software, but I try to get them engaged more.
Right.
So I increase the course participation credit for them, and also do more presentation. So are you doing something to?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, you are doing great. I think exactly. So I do encourage them to use it, but I do include in my syllabus saying.
So you encourage students to use AI?
Yeah, as long as it's for their own good. If they help them learn, then I allow them. Okay. If it doesn't, they just have to disclose it. And number two is also like what they're doing now is encourage them to do communication, presentation, collaboration. Because that's also why I want to do interdisciplinary courses, because in the end, everyone will still want to communicate, to connect with others, to build trust, right? And also there's a need. So I feel like those things are here to stay, right? The communication, the collaboration, the trust part. So I want them to double down on this.
Yeah, so like you, I really believe like interdisciplinary skill, and your class is bridging culture and business. Is there any other sections you think student or people should be focusing on, like combine these two areas or even three areas?
So I think as we discussed, AI is here to stay. Anything you can involve AI, that would be great. Another thing, it's hard to pin down which disciplines, but I think students will come to me with these questions. What should I choose? Major 1, major A, major B, major C. I feel like it's also coming down to what are you good at, what are you passionate about, right? So there'll be, number 1 is, what do you think you do better, right? Each of us have our own strengths. And so you have to think, okay, in which area I always do better than most of my peers? That should be where you're good at, right? And faster, better, much better. And the other thing is what you are passionate about. What make you just cannot stop. Something you just cannot stop thinking.
Yeah.
Yes. Then that's where I believe you should also double down. Then if you can find an intersection, bridge them, whether it's 2 disciplines, 3 disciplines, this is where you can be very creative.
Yeah. So, as a media worker, I want to know, can you share some future foresee to say what the trend of media will be when the AI just interrupting to our media next thing?
That part I won't be able to answer. I feel like I want to know too.
Okay.
I would want to hear your insight. What do you think?
Yeah, but just like a regular audience or regular fan, they will say whether when AI integrate into media, what they'll say in 2 or 3 years, the new media will be like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could
It's
you
a
share
great question.
your thought?
But I think, I always thought humans, we like to connect with people, right? So
Yes.
their deep emotion, you need to be genuine, right?
Full in.
Yeah, so even your content, right? The content you create and the content, how you deliver them is genuine. That part, I believe, in order to make people like your post, to start to watch and to finish and really like it, you really need to touch their feelings, emotions.
Yes.
That's, I feel,
authentic feelings, your passion, what you really think on that.
The value, right? What you hold, you truly believe.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. And we will bring all our speakers back and we will have like a 15-minute break and everyone are welcome to enjoy some snacks and mingle. And if you have questions, come to us and we will be back.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Professor Wang.
Thank you.